Hello and welcome back to Yakuza 4. We are just about to advance the main story because we finished all the side content on Tanemura, and I've been trying to think about where the story is going to go. So, here's where the major players are. And by the way, I am going to make an assumption that at some point we're going to play as Kiryu. Why am I making that assumption? Well, 1, he's the main character of the series, 2, he's on the middle of the box art, and 3, we've already seen him in the game. We just haven't fully engaged with him. So, let's start with Akiyama. Akiyama's fairly easy. Akiyama's looking for a Rai with Kido, and Akiyama is currently also in love with Lily, aka Yasuko. His side of things is pretty much self-contained and isn't going to advance without somebody else advancing his storyline. He's not going to advance it himself. Saejima is currently with Majima. He was trying to figure out what happened 25 years ago. I believe that he will think that he has a fairly good idea what happened 25 years ago, but maybe he's still looking for answers, but he'll probably be looking for his sister Yasuko, either of which will drag him back into the main story. Tanemura is currently trying to get the rat in the police department by going after Mishima, who's the last person who knows what happened on the night of Arai's shooting. So, that's his path, but he also gave Katsuragi a very interesting piece of information. He told Katsuragi where Yasuko was going. He told him that she was going to Okinawa. So that now gives you an Okinawan connection, and I think that's where it's going to drag Kiryu in. She's going to end up meeting Kiryu, or Katsuragi's going to go to Kiryu or something, right? Like, there's going to be some connection with Kiryu, which is then going to force him to come back to Kamurocho and basically deal with everything. That's where I think things are going. Let's find out. Also, I'm very interested to see who the mole in the police department is. I kind of still think it's Sugeuchi, but I'm not entirely sure. But let's find out. I mean, we've met 2 people in the police department, so I kind of think it's going to be one of those 2, unless it's not somebody in the police department, it's somebody even higher up. But who knows? I think I said police department, I probably meant like police force. That's a better word for it.
Kamurocho no Tanimura da. お前が保護してもらいたがっているって話を聞いてやってきた。
ああ、あんたがそうか。
お前が上野清和会の三島だな。
Are you a detective? Yeah, I'm here to place you under protection. Okay. And you really think you can keep me safe? Only if you keep your part of the bargain. You give me dirt on what the Ueno Seiwa's been doing behind the scenes, and I'll make sure you stay out of harm's way. Then, that's a deal. I'll talk. It's like this. Me and Ihara were ordered to go make a scene at Club Elnard. Why? Dunno. Nobody said. Katsuragi just told us to stir shit up, so we followed his orders. But then that prick showed up. Akiyama from Sky Finance, who also, credit to Akiyama, even in the initial hearing about it and hearing the Ueno Seiwa were causing trouble, he already knew something was up. So, well clocked by him. Yeah, Akiyama. He fucked up the entire game plan. I don't remember nothing after he busted that bottle over my head. Next thing I knew, I was in the Champion District. Ihara must have carried me over. Woke up surrounded by garbage bins, no sign of Ihara anywhere. Why the Champion District? The 2 of us get shit-faced there a lot. That, and it's close to Elnard. Ihara must have been freaking out. I bet someone was chasing him if he ditched me like that. I started looking for him so I could find out what happened and figure out our next move. I had no idea what a shitstorm this whole thing had become. Anyway, I'd been walking around Kamurocho for a while when I found him. Also, one thing I think is interesting is we don't entirely know if Ihara got his promotion posthumously, right? We were told that he was promoted on that day by Katsuragi. Like, that's what he told the Tojo clan. But that's very convenient for him if he was promoted that day. However, Mishima will actually know if he was promoted before he died or after he died. Like, whether they made it up, basically. Anyway. His body, anyway. I practically puked when I saw that. Couldn't even process what was going on, you know? All I knew was that I was scared shitless. So I ran as far as I could. Ended up at Uenosewa headquarters. I barely remember how I got there. Found an empty room there to chill the fuck out. Thought I'd catch my breath and try to digest all the shit that just went down. That's when I heard Katsuragi. He was in the next room talking to somebody on the phone. What did he say? Can't say I heard everything. He was in another room and he'd already been talking a while. It sounded like he was talking to the cops. The word police came up a lot. It's what he said next that freaked me out. He said, Ihara's dead, just as planned. Get rid of Mishima as soon as we find him. I got the fuck out right then and there, thankfully before anyone saw me. I've been keeping it low pro ever since.
このままじゃ俺は上の世話に殺されちまう。刑務所でもどこへでも行くから俺を助けてくれ。
分かった。とりあえず俺のアジトまで来い。警察で保護の体制が整うまでの間、そこでしばらく。
Oh. Oh ho ho.
あんたは
It's who we thought it was. Suguchi.
杉内さん。
End of the chapter? No, we're carrying on. You're one surprise after the next, kid. Getting this close to the truth and all by yourself. I'm damn near impressed. You don't seem too fazed by all this. Let's just say I had a feeling you'd show up. Yeah, so you baited organized crime to see if you could lure out the traitor. Something like that. And you're not surprised to see it's me. Not really, though I can't say I wanted it this way. How'd you know it was me? A gambler's dumb luck? A detective's hunch? Well, I knew it was you. One, because there weren't that many people involved. But two, because you're his partner and you never once mentioned it to Tanemura, who you knew was looking into this thing. And you were and although you were trying to look out for Tanemura's best interests, in theory, that probably would have helped Tanemura a lot more than anything else you were doing. Suguchi-san, a good hunch comes from keen observation. Didn't you learn that back at the academy? Yeah, must have slipped my mind. So, what tipped you off? I've known you were no ordinary cop for a while now. It's your fancy shoes. They always look brand new. Not exactly practical for a homicide cop working murder scenes. A normal cop buys cheap shoes and wears them into the ground. The watch, too. It's way too expensive for a detective's salary. It's so high-end, I doubt your average person's ever even heard of the brand. And if they did, their hands would explode at the price tag. Yeah. Well, don't you have it all? Instincts and a sharp eye. Please, Suguchi-san. You really think it was all me? No? You haven't exactly been subtle. The rescue staged when I met up with Katsuragi, sending Chief Hisai ahead to Homeland. Almost feels like you've been wanting me to catch on. What are you talking about? You've been working with Katsuragi for the last 25 years, but now you've grown tired of your little partnership, haven't you? I paid a visit to Archive Room 13. I saw the report on the Uenosewa hit. What? You and my dad were both assigned to that case. Only the two of you could have covered up something as big as Katsuragi butchering 18 of his own people, and I know it wasn't him. You were ordered by someone up top to alter the facts, weren't you? All to protect your good friend Katsuragi. Tell me I'm wrong. You shut your goddamn mouth. You don't know the first fucking thing about that case, or about me. Okay.
そこまでだ。
Isai? A Hisai? Just the police in general. Okay.
これは
ここまでだ杉内。お前が上野清和会の勝凪と内通していたことは割れている。無駄な抵抗はやめておとなしく投降しろ。
くそ。
杉内さん、もう終わりにしましょう。
やっぱりお前ら何にも分かっちゃいねえよ。
杉内さん、
てめえらごときがな、俺の正体知ったとこで結局何にもできやちなんだ。じゃあな。
動くな。
撃てんのかよ須藤さんよ。ここで撃ったらあんた終わりだ。日本の警察ってのはな、撃てねえんだよ。そうだろ。
一課長、何してるんですか。命令を。
これが警察って組織がひしこいて守ってる正義ってやつだ。お前にも分かったか。じゃあな。
Ooh.
俺は撃てるぜ。
谷村。
法律がどうこうって問題じゃねえ。要はこれが俺の警察官としての正義だ。
谷村、お前やっぱり見込みがある男だぜ。現場で30年近くデカやってる俺が言ってんだ。間違いねえよ。
それはありがたいね。
分かった。それじゃお前の正義ってやつがどこまで本気なのか味わわしてもらおうか。
待て。
Okay, I get it's for the story, but if there's 30 people in there, your only options are not shoot or let him go. We've seen the police are perfectly capable of putting some handcuffs on somebody and dragging them in for questioning. We could have done that. You don't just have to let him go, even if you don't use the gun. But anyway, I suppose he has a gun, so if you don't use if you're like, I'm not going to use my gun, you're really putting yourself in danger. But anyway, he didn't use his gun, so. Oh, what? He had the boat ready? He might have been how he got there. I mean, it is the docks.
じゃあな、谷村。
くそ。
Or they just leave their keys in the boats, I guess. That's the other option.
逃がすかよ。
Oh, we're going. Okay, I see. Understand. This is awful to control. My God, it's some of the worst controls I've seen. It's so sensitive. Okay. Just keep shooting. We'll get him eventually. Alright, that's quick attack. Okay, that's weird. Okay, that gives you a little speed boost. I missed him. Okay, keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting him. Oh, almost. Wasn't quite close enough. Okay, I thought I hit him there, but I guess I did not. Okay, I got him. This is so difficult to control. Keep shooting them. Keep shooting them. Don't get stopped by the oi, or if you're American, buoy. Right. Keep shooting them. Okay. Oh, God. Try and line up. Got him. Okay. Keep going. We are slowly getting them. Line up. Hit him. Oh, nice dodge from him. Okay. Oh, never mind. We're almost there. One more big hit will get him. Almost. What did they... Just small things stopping us there. Almost got him. Few more shots. Got him. Ooh.
まさかお前がここまでやるとはな。教えてやろう。おやっさんはな、俺がやったんだよ。
何？
てめえの親父を殺したのはこの俺だって言ってんだ。
おう。
もう逃がさねえぜ。
手錠かけてくれでな、捕まえたと思ってんじゃねえぞ、種めが。
Ooh. Junji Sugi Uchi. Or Sugi Uchi. Alright. Okay, it's time to fight. And big hit. Ow. Ow. Okay. Break free and throw him. Nice punch. And big kick. Okay. It's a simple combo. Oh, he broke through my parry, huh? That's odd. Okay. Wait. Oh! What is this? Oh! Ow! He did a heat action. And break free. Or don't. Just going for a no special move at the end combo. And oh, shook on one more and tried to kick. Like that. Not like that though. Ow. There goes my heat. Okay. Again? Oh. I might have to heal. Okay. And again. And I think we got a combo in here. Or not. Ow. Oh, almost. Okay, I do need to heal. What have I got? I got a toughness ZZ. Let's use that. Yeah, that just when he's in heat, he just breaks straight through your parry. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't try the jump. The overhead never works. Oh, again? Ugh. Spin or don't. Okay. You got me again. Okay. Stand back. Let's try and think of a new strategy. Parrying ain't working. We can quick step as much as we like. So something like that works really well. Okay. Back off. Wait for him to do a move that opens him up and then go for him. Ooh, okay. And oh, we got him. Also, that was the final hit. I didn't even notice. I was too busy looking at my health.
Sa, 教えろ。俺の親父を殺したのは誰なんだ。25年前、俺の親父を荒川に捨てたのは誰なんだ。おい！言え！
今さら何度も言わせんな。俺だ。 どうした？撃たねえのか？
なんでだよ。なんであんたなんだよ。なんで警察官が警察官を殺さなきゃならねえんだよ。
だから言ったじゃねえか。違うんだって。俺はな、そもそも警察官じゃねえ。
Oh?
俺はな、極道なんだよ。
どういうことだ？
俺と桂木はな、そっちの世界でいうとこの兄弟、つまり親友ってことだ。
なんだって？
俺初めから上の清和会側の人間なんだ。警察の内部事情をスパイするために警察学校に入りデカになったヤクザ、それが俺だ。
あんたがヤクザ？
そうだ。
じゃあ25年前の上野義晴襲撃事件の真犯人が桂木だということを俺の親父が知ってしまったからあんたは親父を殺したのか？
そんな簡単な話じゃねえ。そんな簡単な話じゃねえんだよ。
Before we move on, also, this is April 21st, 1985, so we're getting, yeah, exactly what happened. But I think the reason why Tanimura seems to be hit harder by it being Sugeuchi is because Sugeuchi's the one who's been effectively lecturing Tanimura. Sugeuchi's been the one who's been like, you're not doing what you need to do as a cop. And to Tanimura, he's kind of like, he was a bastion of being an honest cop. He was the police force as it should be. So to have that kind of pillar taken down, even though Tanimura didn't follow what he was telling him to do, to have that pillar taken down as well it's like it's changing his entire worldview with the revelation. Because in his eyes, it's like, oh, Sugeuchi, he shouldn't be doing this because he is his ideal of a cop. At least in my view, that's what I think is happening here. Anyway, let's see. Oh, so this is immediately after.
こりゃゴム弾ですよ。死ぬほどじゃないですが威力は相当なもんだったでしょう。
桂木、お前何言って。
Oh.
桂木?
So that explains, because I was thinking it was an awful risky plan to have him go in there with real bullets, right? Like, that's a crazy plan, because he could just shoot somebody you don't want him to shoot, and all of a sudden your plan's gone to hell. Like, he could have shot Katsuragi immediately, at which point the plan fails. But if they're all rubber bullets, there's a lot more chance of success.
てめえ、何して。
And obviously anyone investigating would be able to say like, oh yeah, those bullets weren't from the same gun, or the angles aren't right. But if the police are already, you know, on their side, and they're going to write what they want them to write, it doesn't matter. Saejima believes he killed all the men, and that's all that really matters here.
兄弟終わったのか。
ああ、俺もちゃんと入院しねえとな。死なねえ程度に撃ってくれ。
分かった。これでお前が退院したら若頭か。
親父の方がくたばらなきゃな。大丈夫だ。しばらくしたら目を覚ますだろう。あとは頼んだぜ。
以上が冴島大河による上野義治襲撃事件の顛末です。
なるほど。ご苦労だったな。
いえ、これが自分の仕事ですから。
ほう。嘘の報告書を書くことがかね。
おお。
何のことでしょうか。
無理がありすぎるよ、杉内君。この程度の報告書で私の目をごまかせるとでも思ったのかね。あの狭い店内、犯人の冴島が20人もの組員とやり合うにはかなり無茶な乱闘になったはずだ。当然冴島も抵抗を受けただろう。それなのに死んだ18人は皆全て正確に頭を撃ち抜かれている。この冴島という男はよほど射撃に手慣れた鉄砲玉だったんだろうね。さらに検視の報告を見ると面白いことがわかる。事件当日、組員たちは防弾チョッキを身につけていなかった。不用心にもね。そして頭を撃ち抜かれた組員たちは全員体にゴム弾を被弾したような傷があった。君も知ってるだろ？警察がボート鎮圧用に試験開発した特殊な弾丸だ。まだ実験段階ではあるが、相手を気絶させる程度の威力は十分にある。だが犯人はどうして警察関係者しか知らないはずのゴム弾を入手できたのかな。そもそも致命傷を与えることができないゴム弾で一度相手を気絶させ、その上でわざわざ実弾を使って殺害したりするものだろうか。いや、もしそうだとしたら不思議な犯人だね。
This guy's figured everything out.
そして上野義治以外に唯一生き残った桂木という男だけはなぜか肩に実弾を受けている。正確に標的の頭を撃ち抜く腕を持った犯人が桂木の時だけ狙いを外したんだろうか。
宗像部長。
杉内君、この事件、私の推測では桂木という男が仕組んだことだったのではないかと思う。どうかね。冴島大河は桂木に利用されただけだ。このことに有能な君が思い至らなかったとはとても思えないのだがね。
それは
杉内君、一つ君に頼みがある。
頼み？
私に桂木勲を引き合わせなさい。そうすれば今回のこの事件、君の報告書通りの結末にするがどうだね。
Ah. So he sees it as a way for him to get control over someone in the Yakuza who's just found himself very high up.
宗方。ひょっとして今の警視庁副総監の。
ああ。俺らのバックにはあの宗方副総監がいる。これでお前も分かっただろう。敵は果てしなく強大な存在だ。はあ、これで楽になった。30年だ。30年も偽りの自分を演じてきたんだ。誰にも話せず、誰にも理解されずにな。この苦しみがお前に理解できるか？
あんた。
俺は一体何がしたかったのか。25年前のあの日、宗方を葛城に引き合わせたあの日から、俺は警察と極道両方の犬になっちまった。本当の自分の目的なんてもうすっかり忘れちまったよ。お前はいいな、デカとして生きられて。
え？
偽りとはいえ30年もデカやってると、それなりに人に感謝されたり喜ばれたりすることもあった。俺はその度に悩み苦しんだ。果たして俺は何がしたいんだろうってな。事件を解決するや人から感謝される、そんなりゃ頭じゃダメだと分かっていても心の奥底では嬉しいという感情を覚えちまう。俺もさ、お前みたいに悩んで苦しんで走って力いっぱいデカやってみたかったな。
杉内さん。
逮捕しろよ。お前は自分の力で父親の敵捕まえたんだ。どうした？
一つ教えてくれ。
うん。
宗方の目的ってのは何だ？宗方はあんたや葛城を使って何をしようとしているんだ？
お前の目的は俺を捕まえることだろう。それは達成できたんだ。これ以上は知らない方がいい。
ダメなんだよ。それじゃダメだって親父が言ってる気がするんだ。まだ事件は終わってない。だから俺は宗方を捕まえる。
それを知ったら日本の警察全てを敵に回すぞ。それでもいいのか？
親父の死の真相を知るために刑事になった時から覚悟はできてる。
そうか。
No. Not again.
杉内さん。 杉内さん
Almost looks like
しっかりしろ
Hisai. Hisai?
何ですか
俺だけじゃないんだ。裏切り者は。
裏切り者杉内さん杉内さん
これでようやく楽になれる。ありがとうな。
杉内さん目を開けろ杉内杉内
そうか。杉内が死んだか。
ええ。命令通り始末しました。
Oh ho! It is him. And he's at Homeland.
二人ともです。これから谷村の身の回りの事実を知る人間を始末します。
Oh no.
あんたマーちゃんに何をするつもりだ。
No! Part 3 complete, and that's where they leave us? Now we're gonna jump to someone else? Okay. Well, that's rather final. Part 4. Kazuma Kiryu. Chapter 1. Reunion. Wait a second. Are we coming back to the documents on the front of the person? Hamazaki, how are you alive? Also, how is Kiryu gonna react to this? Yeah, I just go back inside, Haruka.
What is it, Haruka?
よう、久しぶりだな。
お前、浜崎。
How long has he been in the ocean for? Okay, well, I didn't see this as being how he got connected.
すまねえな。迷惑かけちまって。あの子は？
ああ、はるかか。あいつはあんたのことが嫌いなんだろう。
なるほどな。まあ無理もね
え。ところで浜崎、 お前脱獄してきたのか。どうして脱獄なんかしたんだ。そんなことをしてもまた罪を重くするだけだ。そうだろう。何日か前、冴島という男がここを訪れた。
Sorry to interrupt. That means that he's been in the sea for the time it took Saejima to get here. So let's say it took him a couple hours to get here, plus a couple of days. He's been in the sea that long, although I guess it's the evening. So it's like, let's say he spent 2 days in the sea. It's insane he got there and was as coherent as he was. Anyway, carry on.
その時、お前の名前を口にしていたんだが。
その話本当か？
ああ。
そうか。冴島のやつ、ちゃんと生き延びていたのか。そうか。
やはり知り合いなのか。
ああ。それで冴島はどうした？ちゃんとカムロ町には行けたのか？
ああ、向かった。その後無事にたどり着いたかまではわからないがな。
そうか。そうか。
お前、あの冴島って男とはどういう関係なんだ？
兄弟だ。奴は俺の兄弟分だ。
兄弟？
キル、あんたにどうしても頼みがある。
何してるんだお前。
俺は兄弟を男にしてやりてえ。だから頼む。俺の最初で最後の頼み聞いてくれ。
Oh no. So, Hamazaki, what do you want? Well, it's kind of a long story, but Saejima, he's the guy who bumped off Yoshihara Ueno, chairman of the Ueno Seiwa back in '85. Wait, that's... Yep. You spend enough time in Kamurocho, you're gonna hear the story. Okay. Yeah, also you'd expect Kiryu would hear it, because he was kinda, like, old enough to hear about it and wanting to be in the Yakuza. But anyway. Saejima killed 18 men all by himself that day. That's what they say. Anyways, the two of us only just met, both locked up in a private prison a stone's throw away from here. What do you mean, private prison? I mean the government's not involved. They put the contract in place, yeah, but the private sector's been running the joint since the day they broke ground. They call it Okinawa Penitentiary No. 2. Take it you never heard the name? No, I had no idea a place like that existed in Okinawa. They officially call it a correctional facility. That's a load of bull. It's a dumping ground for washed up Yakuza they want to snuff out for good. It was only a few days ago that Saejima got shipped down from whatever shithole they had him up in Tokyo. Which is when you met. Bingo. And you two planned the jailbreak together. More or less. Though I'm the one who came up with the idea, if I'm being honest. Why'd you pick Saejima as your partner? You saw him, right? Guy's built like a freaking brick wall. More importantly, I knew what really happened back in '85, the truth. Go on. Back in the day, Saejima was real tight with Majima. Yeah, that Majima. And that Ueno Seiwa hit, the one where Saejima slaughtered those 18 guys, that was originally going to be a two-man job. Saejima and Majima. Majima-san and Saejima were accomplices. Yup. But the day of the attack, Majima never showed. That betrayal's how I convinced Saejima to break out with me. It explains why Saejima was talking about revenge when he was here. It's all bullshit though. Majima would never have betrayed his brother. They were both set up. By who? A guy named Shibata was heading up a third-tier Tojo family at the time. Problem is, Saejima and I got split up before I got to tell him what really happened. I think I can guess the favor you want. Yeah, you gotta tell him the truth, no matter what. Why is it so important? As it stands, Saejima's gonna try and kill Majima. Not only that, but I really respect him. He doesn't deserve to be living life in the dark, you know? Well, luckily Saejima, I think, is not trying to kill Majima anymore. Or at all. But yeah, he should know the truth, I guess. Although he already kinda knows it. I mean, sure, I only asked him to help me bust out because of how tough he is. But he actually started trusting me during the escape. Me, of all people. Look, my life's been nothing but betrayal after betrayal. I've been on both sides of that coin. But two people looked beyond that and chose to trust me anyway. You and Saejima. Amazaki. I want another chance, to start over, to be a true brother to a guy who went out on a limb and actually trusted me. So I'm begging you, Kiryu-san, you gotta help me. One question first. What's that? Why do you need me to do it? Can't you go tell Saejima all this yourself? Great question, Kiryu. Okay. Well, What is it, Hamazaki? Oh, he has to do something with his piece of paper. The mystery piece of paper.
これは
俺が脱獄した後、サツとの取引に使おうとしていた物だ。沖縄第二刑務所なんて限りなく非合法に近い施設が生まれた経緯と、その資金面での金の流れが書かれている。
これは
Okay.
そうだ。今から5年前、あんたも関係したあの登場界の消えた100億事件。実はあの事件で動いていたあの金も、沖縄第二刑務所設立の裏資金となるはずの金だったんだ。
Oh yeah.
どういうことなんだ
Okay. So, that means, in theory, that Nishikiyama, Kiryu's blood brother, was in theory working with the police with something to do with this, with the penitentiary. So this gives Kiryu a much greater connection to it. It also expands this story to now include the story of Yakuza 1. Okay. A year back, when I was still suckling at the Tojo clan teat, I found out that the top brass over at the Tokyo PD had their hands dirty. Real dirty with tons of shady cash. Bet you can guess where I learned all that. The snake flower. Yep. They've been working with one of the top men on the force for years, laundered his money through foreign banks and everything. Why go through all that trouble, though? What did the police need with all that cash? What they needed was to build what one of their highest-ranking boys called their utopia. Penitentiary number 2. Right again. The idea was they'd build a place to toss all the convicted Yakuza they round up, then go and make deals with those very same Yakuza. What kind of deals? Stuff like bribing people to commit crimes. Then when the cops came in and saved the day, everyone would think that they were the heroes. Crime would become a police-controlled affair. That's absurd. Yes, Kiryu, that is absurd. Yeah, an absurd power grab. Whoever handled those crimes would get big brownie points on the force, end up rocketing up the ranks. I still can't believe the 10 billion Jingu was trying to launder through the Tojo was supposed to end up with the cops, Okay, I had forgotten a little bit of the Yakuza 1 stuff. Thank you for the recap. Okay, so it was Jingu's money to start with. Okay. Believe me, I was just as surprised as you when I found out. Even with the money getting blown to high heaven, the paper trail alone is some serious shit. Oh yeah, and in theory that money then ended up with Akiyama so he could start his business. Honestly, the only reason I grabbed this file in the first place is because I wanted a little dirt on the warden. Something I could use to bargain my way out of there, you know? But I gotta say, I never thought I'd stumble upon a shitstorm this massive. Almost feels like it's out of my league, if you get me. I show up on Tokyo PD's doorstep with this baby in tow, and that'd be the last anyone ever hears of me. Yeah, so he found information that was too dangerous. He needed something that was blackmailable enough, but not something that was actually, like, at this level. Turns out this file's not the bargaining chip I was hoping it'd be. It's yours now. But why me? Because you were at the center of everything that went down 5 years ago. Hell, you even had to beat the shit out of your own brother at the end of it all. Then... Okay. We also had a theory at the time. I can't remember why. So this is not a good theory. But we did have a theory that we never actually saw Nishikiyama's body, right? We never saw that he was dead. We assume that he was dead because, like, the game heavily hinted so. But there was something that made us question it at the time. Now, can I remember what that something is? No, not in the slightest. I have absolutely no idea. But I thought I should say it here again, because it may be relevant. Who knows? Kiryu? Come on, don't give me the silent treatment here. I just don't get it. Why did you show me that? I already told you. You ought to go to Kamurocho and tell my boy Saejima really... There is more to it than that, I know there is. Besides, you would end up behind bars again in no time without this bargaining chip of yours. So tell me, Hamazaki, what are you really after? What's he trying to convince Kiryu to do? To reveal it?
これを見てくれ。
Okay. Tojo's hand's destroyed, Kamurocho Hills goes to the Wenosewa clan, then goes to Tokyo
俺らが
PD.
いなくなっちまった登場会で今とんでもねえことが起こってるんだ。俺はな、桐生。あんたにもう一度あの町の頂点に立ってもらいてんだよ。そうじゃなきゃ俺たちが命かけてきた登場会がなくなっちまうんだ。
March 9th, 2010, the next day. Hey, it's the kids. Taichi in the house. Yo! We're home, Uncle Kaz. Looks like you kids had a good trip. You enjoy yourselves. Oh yeah, it was awesome. We hiked, went camping, even saw some old bones and stuff at a museum. Wasn't it super cool, Koji? Uh-huh. You gotta go with us sometime, Uncle Kaz. How was your grades trip, Ayako? Great.
Ne, おじさん。あの人は？
天崎さんだ。俺の昔からの知り合いで。
ダメ！近寄らないで！
はるか姉ちゃん。
この子たちに近づかないで。
はるか、
おじさんは黙ってて。私はね、この人のこと許したわけじゃないの。おじさんは忘れたの？この浜崎って人は1年前おじさんのこと刺したんだよ。私それ目の前で見てたんだよ。
そうだよな。
It's a reasonable
俺は
reaction.
悪党だもんな。
浜崎。
悪かったな、はるかちゃんよ。その子たちに近づこうとして。
はるか、もういいだろ。
よくない。いいわけないじゃない。おじさんは本当に浜崎って人のこと信用してるの？
ああ、してるよ。
もういい。もう私、おじさんがどうなっても知らないから。
It is a little weird that you're letting Hamazaki stay here, Kiryu. It's actually even weirder than letting Saitama stay here, because at least you had plausible deniability. Also, I have access to a hideout. We're traveling around Okinawa? Ho ho! Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, let's start with the hideout then. We got a room. Okay. I'm going to do a save here. Right. We'll do a little stat check. We're still at 33% completion. Advancing the story did not advance the completion rate at all. Okay. Also, can I say, I've only seen this place in Kiwami 3. This is, like, the Kiwami version, and this... Wait, wasn't examined here? The worm? No, leave the worm alone, Kiryu. But, like, this is... Like, the Kiwami version was surprisingly accurate. Like, surprisingly... Like, it's... very, very similar. What have we got going on? That DVD player? No. Maybe? Kiryu, I need to have a look at this. What? I think it might be a DVD. It might just be a TV tuner, maybe. Yeah, yeah. I think it's something like that. It's like a, yeah. I'm trying to think of like a more generic term. I don't know. I think in the UK it was a like analog box or something was what it was called at one point, but who knows. Sorry, I think in Kiwami there's a door here. That's odd. Okay. It's odd that it's so similar, but that's a difference. Oh, you also can't open doors in this one. Okay, can we have a look at the back garden? I'm just exploring now. Okay, so that's another way into our room. Ah, I see. You also didn't get quite as much of a back garden in this game, huh? Not nearly as exciting. Okay, cool. Well, I also want to have a look in this room. It's a good room to go round up in. Nice and big. Yeah, I'm going to end the episode after we have a look at our character profiles. Also, abilities. Do we have to learn everything again? No, Kiryu starts with stuff. Okay. Now, that makes a lot of sense that Kiryu starts with stuff because, yeah, they have actually done a fairly good job of not making you redo Kiryu's training arc every single time. Like, they give you a bit of it, at least at the start each time. Yeah, look at this. For body, he has everything, basically. So he's got this. He can do a roll-up. Or quick stepping, he can do that. Enhanced grabs, enhanced throw. Okay. Yeah. So he has pretty much... In fact, yeah, he has absolutely everything. He can also quick step cancel. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I've been trying to do that for so long, and it never worked. And he has all of these as well. Okay. Yeah. Essence of smoking. Ooh. Takes advantage of their anger by having a smoke. Weird. Okay, he doesn't have quite everything. Some of these are, yeah, these ones are locked. I'm guessing we're going to see Komaki again. Okay. Yeah, okay, he's got a whole bunch. Sorry, I thought he was in a car there, but it's the guy's trousers. Oh my god, he has so many heat actions, but they only cost 1 apiece, so... Okay. Interesting. He also gets stability and stuff. Huh. Okay. Yeah. It's got some interesting abilities. Anyway, getting distracted. Can I have a look at his cell phone? Oh, it's got Naomi's Palace. Okay. Character profiles, because I said I would do this after each character change. Oh, and we have our final category, Metropolitan PD. We've met Pseudo before. I was thinking we've met Pseudo before when I was looking at him in that cutscene. I can't remember which game it was. I would guess 3 because it was the most recent one, but actually I think it was earlier. Might even be 2 or 1. But anyway. Akiyama, I guess, is the first place we're starting. He does actually have an update, I guess. Was working with Kido to find Arai, but learns from Tanemura that Arai is in league with Katsuragi. Wonderful. That's it. Arai got an upgrade, gotten something here. I think a lot of this is different, but let's see. Murders Ihara of the Uenosewa clan as a result of the disturbance at Club Elnard has been hiding ever since. In reality, the disturbance was part of a plot orchestrated by Katsuragi and Shibata, in which he was an accomplice. Killed his protector, Shibata, after he became inconvenient to Katsuragi. Kido, yeah, doesn't have anything new. Daigo doesn't have anything new. He hasn't turned up in a while. Shibata? Right. Using Arai from Kanemura Enterprises to start a conflict, he's scheming to obtain a cut of Kamurocho Hill's business interest from Katsuragi. Shibata used the incident from 25 years ago to extort Katsuragi. Shibata is betrayed by Katsuragi and killed by Arai. Okay. Majima family didn't turn up in this one. And actually, it's the first one where we didn't have a fight with Minami. Lily did turn up. Okay. All of this is new. Yasuko Saejima, the younger sister of Taiga Saejima, the man convicted 25 years ago of killing the 18 Yakuza, had plans to meet Tanemura's father, who believed there was a different suspect responsible for the murders. Tanemura's father was killed before they could meet. To save her brother from death row, agrees to Katsuragi's demands to either produce 100 million yen or kill those in Shibata family connected to the incident. However, she decided to do both things, kill the people and get the 100 million yen. Entrusts the 100 million to Tanemura after realizing she was being tricked by Katsuragi, and travels to Okinawa where her brother was transferred. I'm assuming that she's going to meet Kiryu. It just makes sense. Ueno I don't think has anything new, right? No. Katsuragi. Promoted to captain of the Uenosewa attack of 1985, now reigns over the clan in place of the ailing head chairman, insists the Tojo clan hand over either Arai or the deed to Kamurocho Hills as an apology for Ihara's death. In actuality, Arai's murder of Ihara was orchestrated by him and Shibata. The Uenosewa attack was also a vehicle for his promotion. He is the one who actually killed those 18 men 25 years ago, a sworn brother to Sugiuchi, who introduced him to Munakata 25 years ago. I'm assuming nothing new on him here? No, because he's dead, there's very little that's going to be new. Mishima. Actually, you know what? There is probably something new on Kanemura. Oh, no, it says Lily, so no, it's not new. Okay. Dragged out by Ihara after Ihara shoots Arai in public, remaining in hiding until discovered by Kido. Tells Tanemura the truth behind the incident and the secret location, but is killed by Sugiuchi, who is secretly working for Katsuragi. Saejima, you got anything else? No, we just got... Learns why Majima never showed on the day of the attack. He's not one for huge amounts of plots circling around himself. Hamazaki. Plunges into the ocean with guard Saito but survives and reaches Morning Glory Orphanage alive. Gives Kiryu a secret file and asks him to tell Saejima, his sworn brother, the truth behind the incident in 1985 and urges him to rise to the top of Kamurocho once again to protect the Tojo clan. Kiryu. Where are we? Takes care of Saejima, we've already done that. Refuses to lend a hand to his revenge plot. Yes, okay, we've already done that. Haruka? Yes. When Hamazaki appears at Morning Glory, she is terrified by memories of the stabbing a year ago. Unable to understand how Kiryu can trust him and give him shelter, she rushes out of the orphanage. An honestly very sane reaction. Tanamura. Known as the parasite of Kamurocho, he collects hush money from illegal businesses, but actually uses the money to support local orphans. Continued to search for the truth about his father's death during the investigation of the Ueno Seiwa attack 25 years ago. Confirms that Sugiyuchi was the one who covered up Katsuragi's involvement in the attack and the one who'd killed his father. Also learns that Munakata is behind the entire scheme. So Tanamura kind of knows everything right now, or like pretty much everything that needs to be known. He just needs to meet up with a few other major players to, you know, tell them. Sugiyuchi. A capable detective who's been on the force for over 30 years in a division focused on murder cases. Led special investigation team for the Ueno Seiwa attack 25 years ago with Tanamura's father, but killed him for knowing too much. Actually a Yakuza spy sent by his sworn brother Katsuragi. After being defeated by Tanamura, he expresses regret for the 30-year facade and asks Tanamura to arrest him, but is silenced by Haisai, who is under Munakata's orders. Tanamura's boss. He has a gentle demeanour and is troubled by Tanamura's unprofessional attitude, but overlooks it in light of his impressive arrest rate. Actually a subordinate of Munakata, like Sugiyuchi, was in league with the Ueno Seiwa clan. Kills Sugiyuchi when he is nearly arrested by Tanamura. Returns to homeland with plans to silence Jiao and Meihua for their knowledge of the incident. Munakata. A legend in the force who rose to deputy commissioner despite lacking a formal background in civil service. Investigated the Ueno Seiwa attack of 1985 while serving as a director of criminal affairs. Finding inconsistencies in Sugiyuchi's report, he agreed to overlook them in exchange for an introduction to Katsuragi. To do things such as what he's doing now, to dismantle things like the Tojo clan and all sorts. Sudo. Chief of the Kamurocho Police in Criminal Investigations Division 1, demoted out of the division due to his rash actions during the 10 billion yen incident, but reinstated the following year after the War of the Omi Alliance. So he was in 1 and 2. Okay, so yes, we definitely have seen him before. Learns from Tanamura that Katsuragi of the Ueno Seiwa clan orchestrated the string of Shibata clan murders, and that someone within the force is cooperating with them. Sets a trap at Mishima's location to expose Sugiyuchi's guilt, but obviously apparently cannot actually imprison anybody. The Florist. A legendary information dealer runs... Actually, there's nothing new here. There's nothing new. Jiao. Owner of the Chinese restaurant that Tanamura uses as a hideout and a central figure of the Asian Gateway, a group that provides support to illegal immigrants and helps children who have lost their parents. Aware of Tanamura's investigation into his father's death, he aids Tanamura in his search for justice. Sees Lily off to Okinawa after she is helped by Tanamura and welcomes Haisai when he comes to see Tanamura. Meihua. A girl working as a waitress at Homeland, adores Tanamura as if he were her real brother. Hears all about Tanamura's work while having tea with Tanamura's boss, Haisai. And then one person we don't know. Okay. Can we guess who it is? Not related to any... One person we don't know, not related to anyone or anything. It could be Komaki. That would be interesting, but it would mean that Kiryu meets literally no one else. I'm trying to think who else could be involved. The only other thing I can think of is Kiryu meets up with Club Shine a lot, so it could be someone from that. Like, someone from there could be related to the story. But it kind of feels like we have everyone we need in the story. Effectively, what needs to happen here is Tanamura needs to start telling people what he knows. But he's not going to do that because of this person. Or maybe he's going to be on a revenge line because of this person. But say, if Tanamura could get to Akiyama and Saejima, then all of a sudden they'd have all the information they need. Kiryu, I suspect, should really, when he gets into town, go and speak with Daigo and Majima. Right? That would be my guess. That he should speak with those two. At least Daigo to go and tell him what's happening. But, yeah. Okay. All the pieces are basically there. So it's the Tojo and Ueno Seiwa War. That's everybody involved in that. Serial murders. There's very few people involved in that. In fact, that one's wrapped up. And the assassination. I mean, it's also pretty much wrapped up as well. Like, we now know what happened. We know everything. Yeah. And then the total clan's missing 10 billion. Was this actually here before? I don't know if this was here before. But okay. Yeah, Akiyama's involved because he got the money. Majima, Kiryu, yeah. For some reason, Daigo isn't involved, which seems crazy. And the florist will be involved. It seems crazy that Daigo isn't involved. Like, you would think that that'd be something you'd want to tell him as soon as you could, but... Anyway. For now, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we're Kiryu again, and we're advancing the main story. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.